All of the fragrances that I have in my collection, some of these fragrances kind of get neglected, and I do have several designer fragrances that I just am not into anymore. I've kind of fallen out of love with them. I've become bored with them. And so I just don't wear them enough. And they are ones that I definitely would not purchase again. If you want to know which ones they are, definitely keep watching. Hey everyone, welcome back to Sasha Scents. My name is Sasha. On this channel, I do fragrance reviews. So if you enjoy that, please take a minute to subscribe. You can hit that bell. Then you know each time I upload a new fragrance review. Plus, I would love to have you as part of this fragrance family. As I mentioned in the opening, I do have, I believe it's 7 designer fragrances that just bore me. Not that they smell bad. These are all smell lovely. I'm not getting rid of them. They'll stay in my collection. I'm just kind of bored with them. I've kind of fallen out of love with them. They just don't interest me anymore. I'm curious if anyone else out there have fragrances they don't dare want to get rid of because maybe down the road you'll like it again, but you just don't reach for it because it is kind of boring to you. Let me know what fragrances you have that bore you. Comment that down below. I like to read my comments. But anyway, without further ado, let's just get into my 7 that I will never purchase again. And I will never say never, but right now I wouldn't purchase these again. And we're going to start with the first one, and that one is the Ysatis by Givenchy. When I first bought this fragrance, I really, really liked it, but not enough to keep wearing it. I think I've worn it twice, maybe 3 times. You can see I've had it over a year. It smells nice, but it's a little bit too old school for me, if that makes sense. It just kind of smells old school. I don't get anything modern out of it anymore. I don't know. Maybe it's just my nose, but it has a little bit of spiciness to it. It's got some soft florals in there. It's a little bit tangy when I first spray it. It has that 80s vibe to it still, if you know what I mean. It is a nice fragrance. Again, it's not one that I reach for. I've got a lot of other ones, especially when you add new fragrances to your collection. I find myself gravitating to the new ones, and the other ones kind of start going down towards the bottom of the list, and these have really made it to the bottom of the list. But again, yeah, not interested in this one. This one was the Givenchy. It is the Ysatis Givenchy. All right. The next one, which is very, very popular. A lot of people love this one. It's kind of that love-hate. This is my 2nd bottle of it, and most likely my last. And I am talking about La Vie Belle by Lancome. This one, a lot of men love this one. It's very addicting. It's got this really nice praline, some soft florals in there. It smells really, really nice. And I find myself every time I spray this one and I smell it, I'm like, why don't I wear this one more? And then I tell myself, okay, I'm going to wear it. I'm going to wear it. And I just don't. I don't know what it is. I get excited in the opening, and then it's just like, it's okay. But it is really nice. It's got that praline in there. It's got some slight sweetness. It definitely lasts a long time. This is one of those fragrances that you definitely don't want to spray before getting in the car with someone because you will choke them out. It projects well. It lasts forever on your skin and clothes. And again, that one was La Vie Belle by Lancome. So yeah, that's kind of a no-go for me. All right, the next one that I'm going to share with you guys is one that I thought I was going to absolutely love because everybody kept talking about this one. I got DMs from you guys like, you should try it, and it is lovely. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about Cerruti, 1881 by Cerruti. This is the Eau de Toilette. This is a very soft, very feminine, kind of a powdery type of floral. That's really nice. I mean, it is really nice. I think it's very pretty. It's very feminine. Would smell great in the springtime if you're, going out to brunch with friends. It just doesn't wow me anymore. And you can tell I haven't used a lot of it, and I've had it about a year. Again, just sits here kind of like trying to get my attention, but I always walk by it and I never pick it up. But it is a lovely fragrance. So if you enjoy a soft floral with some mild sweetness in there, kind of powdery, feminine, then you might really enjoy Cerruti 1881. Let's see. The next fragrance that I'm going to share with you is the Club de Nuit Intense by Armaf. I got this one because it was super affordable. I think it was like under $29. 2 years ago, everybody was raving about this particular fragrance because it was so affordable, and it was kind of like one of those fragrances you can go out dancing with, you know, clubbing. I'm going to be 57 this year. I don't really go to the clubs anymore. And so this is just, I don't know. This is not one that I could just see myself wearing just for whatever reason. You know, I can see it for going out, and it's nice. It has a little bit of a Middle Eastern flair to it, slightly balsamic. Has a little bit of sweetness in there, some soft florals in there, but this is definitely one of those fragrances that screams they want to go out and party. It definitely lasts a long time, makes a big impression. Smells really good for only being, $29 or under. So very, very affordable. Nice fragrance, but definitely one that's been sitting in the back of my shelf, literally collecting dust, because I have so many others that I prefer over this one. But yeah, that one was Club de Nuit Intense by Armaf. Next, we have this one called Lolitaland by Lolita Lempicka. Really cute little cap. It's got like a winged deer on top. This one, to me, smells almost juvenile. It smells very young. It's very bubblegummy, if that makes sense. Like I just see a girl, blowing bubbles, and she's really pretty and smells very youthful. That's what I get with this one. It's not cloying, but it is very sweet, and it sweetens up a little bit more on the skin. To me, it's pretty. I've smelled other ones by Lolita Lempicka that I like better. Again, this one's very youthful. So if you like fragrances that are very youthful, kind of, bubblegummy, slightly sweet, a little bit of florals in there, little tiny bit powdery, then you might really enjoy the Lolitaland by Lolita Lempicka. But for me, it's just a little too young. All right, next is Amarige by Givenchy. This one, I had to have it because I used to wear this. I think it was in the 90s or early 2000s, and I was obsessed with this fragrance. And back then, I was really, really, really into florals. And let me tell you, this is a floral fragrance. There are a lot of floral notes in here. So if you love florals, then this is definitely something that you would enjoy. To me, at this point in the game, with all of the different fragrances I have, I like florals, but I need more fruits in there, more vanilla in there. And this one is just way, way too floral. I feel like I'm just walking through a garden of every different type of flower you can imagine hitting your nose at the same time. That's what I feel when I smell this one, which isn't a bad thing. So if you love that fresh, like the sun is warming petals, all these different florals, huge bouquets of flowers, then you will really enjoy the Amarige by Givenchy. All right. And then last but not least, I have Boucheron Eau de Parfum by Boucheron. As you can see, I have worn this one a lot, and I've had this one almost 3 years. It was one of the first ones in my collection when I started my YouTube channel, and I was obsessed with it. And it reminds me a lot of my aunt in Holland because she used to wear this one, and when I would go visit, I loved it. I would always spray it on, and it's such like the classy lady smell. The businesswoman, she smells expensive, rich, sophisticated, gets what she wants, has a slight powderiness to it, some florals in there, and just a hint of sweetness. There's not a lot of sweetness in this particular fragrance. This one means business. It does have a slight old school smell, but it still works for modern day today. I like it, but not enough to reach for it and not enough to buy another bottle of it. When and if I empty this bottle, like I said, these are ones that I would not repurchase, and that goes definitely for this one. But it is a nice memory for me. I like to smell it when I want to think of my family back in Holland, my aunt. But overall, these are the 7 designer fragrances in my collection that I will not be repurchasing. Again, let me know if you have any in your collection that you don't want to get rid of, but you don't want to buy again. Let me know. Anyway, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch this video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you again real soon.